Have you seen Star Wars?
Fans have long speculated on what the next animated series from Star Wars will be, and thanks to an announcement from Lucasfilm yesterday, we now know the next series will follow the Bad Batch Squad. The series is based on the elite and experimental group of clones from the Clone Wars Season 7, and we'll see them in the post-Clone Wars era. They will take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. Dave Filoni will serve as executive producer. Brad Rau, if I'm saying his name right, I'm sorry if I'm not, who directed episodes on Rebels series and The Resistance, will serve as the supervising director. He served as the supervising director in the last animated series, Star Wars Resistance. Jennifer Corbett will serve as the series head writer, and she wrote 5 episodes for Star Wars Resistance and was the main writer for the show NCIS and story editor for a show called Golden Boy. The series releases on Disney Plus in 2021. To be honest with you, I'm happy to hear we are getting another animated series so soon. 2021 seems like a far off distance, but it'll be here sooner than we know it. Plus, considering this October to December, this year at least, we will be getting The Mandalorian Season 2. And now we know that next year we're gonna get 2 Star Wars series on Disney Plus. Brand new ones too. You know, The Mandalorian, it's not entirely new because we've seen it last year, but the Cassian Andor series and The Bad Batch are completely new shows. And I'm confident that the Cassian Andor will release at least in the beginning of the year. I'd bet between January and March, and then we're gonna get the Bad Batch show in the last half of the year. I'm excited to follow this group after the Clone Wars because seeing the reactions to Order 66 and the aftermath of the galaxy changing from the Republic to an Empire is quite interesting. This is an extremely unique group of clones, and it can bring that same feeling of fun adventure for Star Wars fans of all ages that the Clone Wars did when it first released. Now, I will admit that the Clone Wars Season 7 wasn't the best season that the Clone Wars ever had. I know what you're saying, The Siege of Mandalore, that arc was perfect. It was amazing, I absolutely agree. But like me, many fans felt like the first 2 arcs were either really generic or just plain boring. And I sadly have to say that I was not a big fan of the Bad Batch arc. It felt like every other Clone Wars episode that I've seen before. But I will give the Clone Wars credit, because it seems like the arc that they had in Season 7 with the Bad Batch was simply to introduce us to these characters in order for them to launch their own spin-off series. After the massive success of Clone Wars Season 7 on Disney Plus, it makes sense that Disney would want to order another series similar to the Clone Wars in order to keep that Star Wars audience interested in Disney Plus and Star Wars. Shows like this largely appeal to younger Star Wars fans, I would assume from the ages of 8 to 16, that's just my opinion, and I think this could be a great way to do what the Clone Wars did for my childhood, and bring those new fans in and keep them engaged into Star Wars for years to come. Like George Lucas said, you make them fans when they're young, you have fans for 20 years. It's nice to know that Dave Filoni is serving as executive producer because it means he's putting the team together for this show, and it'll be interesting to see an animated series like this not being written or directed by Dave Filoni himself. Now, if you remember back in June was literally last month, the Kessel Run Transmission podcast revealed the information about a Bad Batch series, so we can now say that their scoop was 100% credible and accurate. We gotta give credit where credit is due, guys. They also added that with the news that we had yesterday, Rex and Ahsoka will be together in the series following the events of Season 7, with Rex looking for other clones, and even Commander Cody will make an appearance. I'm happy to hear that fans of the Clone Wars can get another series to look forward to now. I know I'll be watching and reviewing the show when it comes out. But tell me your thoughts below in the comments section. Are you excited for an animated series about the Bad Batch? And do you think it's a good idea to have an animated series and a live action series for Star Wars on Disney Plus every year? It seems like Lucasfilm and Disney are following this pattern of having one animated series and one live action series for Star Wars come out every year on Disney Plus. We noticed that this year in 2020 with the Clone Wars Season 7, and in October we're going to get Mandalorian Season 2. So it looks like next year they're going to do the same thing in 2021 like they did in 2020, having the Cassian Andor series come out at the beginning of the year as the live-action show for that year in Star Wars, and the Bad Batch series serving as the animated show that we'll be getting on Disney+. It doesn't look like Star Wars is slowing down with these Star Wars shows at all. We now have The Mandalorian, the Cassian Andor series, the Kenobi series, the Leslie Headland series, and now The Bad Batch. That is 5 series and shows in total that will be coming to Disney Plus exclusively. And this doesn't include the rumored Rebels sequel series or the other spin-off series that are in the works, like a Boba Fett and a Ahsoka Tano that are supposed to be live action, but we have no clarification on that yet. It's pretty clear to me that before the next Star Wars movie releases, the future of Star Wars is in the shows that will only be on Disney Plus. So tell me your thoughts below. Are you excited for a Bad Batch series? Are you expecting something different? What are your hopes for the future of Star Wars when it comes to these animated series and these live action shows that we will be getting on Disney Plus? Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe because it does help out the channel. I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.